Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Major from InfamousTechBlog.com. You're looking at the HTC Tilt 2, available on AT&T. And I'm continuing my experience with Windows Mobile 6.5. So far, I've reviewed the Omnia 2 and the Verizon HTC Imago, which was also a 6.5 device. And, so far, man, just to, kind of tip it off, I've got this phone landing somewhere in between those two. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the hardware on the Tilt. And first thing you're gonna notice, man, the reason it's called the Tilt is because of the slide out keyboard, which has a tilting mechanism that allows you to tilt the screen up and almost gives you like a miniature laptop type of feel. And so that's the reason that they call it the Tilt. Mechanism is easy to use, slides right back, very sturdy. No complaints with that construction. Also, as you look at the phone, you'll see you got a 3.6 inch very big display, 480 by 800, nice and bright. No complaints there either. This phone's running on a Qualcomm 528 processor, and speed doesn't really, hasn't really been an issue, in my testing with this phone. Now, the one thing that I have had problems with is this is a resistive touchscreen as opposed to capacitive, and I feel that I have to press very hard on this, screen in order to get my touch to register. Definitely isn't as sensitive as the Imago, which was a resistive touchscreen, but the Imago almost felt like a capacitive. It was so smooth. So that's my, number one gripe with the display. Let's go ahead and keep looking at the hardware though. You see down here we've got the Talk, Microsoft back, and phone in buttons. Down here you got the USB jack, but I do have another complaint. You'll see that's your headphone connector right there. So of course it's going to require an adapter, which is that's always a pain in the ass. I think nowadays, man, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack should be standard on just about every phone, so I'm not sure why they went that route with the design. Over here you've got your push to talk button, you've got your volume rocker, you got your screen lock power button. Over here on this side, you've got nothing pretty much all the way across. And then down here you got your best friend, Mr. Stylus. And I swear I'm gonna try to make it through this whole review without having to use a stylus. We'll see if I'm able to pull that off. Across the back, a lot of the HTC phones have that, kind of suede or that, rubberized material. This one has just all plastic look. And then you've got the HTC branding. And then here you've got your 3.2 megapixel camera, and that works, actually works pretty good. It's got video recording too, and pictures come out pretty good. Video recording is also decent. It's not gonna blow you away, but it's not, not a bad thing either. And as far as the hardware, the biggest biggest thing that I like about the hardware would be the keyboard. The keys are spaced out nice and even, very easy to type on. The keys give you good feedback when you use them. And then the other, biggest perk is this display. It's not as responsive as I would like, but as far as looking at is, big, and the brightness on it is very good. Also, the call quality on this phone, I'm a big fan of it. The AT&T reception can sometimes be an issue. I did have a couple of calls drop, but once you are on a phone call, the quality is, very clear, real warm. The conversation is just, had a real good, real good quality to them. Let's go ahead and move on to the software. This is running HTC's TouchFlow 3D, very similar to the Imago. TouchFlow basically takes Windows out of the equation and allows you to, run your finger along, the bottom of the phone here and access all your most commonly used features like your browser, messaging, weather, settings, all that good stuff available right here at the bottom of the screen. And messaging, I mentioned that. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, this phone definitely shines in the messaging category because of this keyboard. It's very easy to type something out. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick sample for you guys. And then see, that's it. You see what I'm saying about the touchscreen? That's kind of the issue, that I've been having with this phone. And just like that, you know, done. Super easy. It's got threaded SMS support, so you know, I like threaded SMS, works real well. And then you've got your email over here, which of course, you know, gives you, you know, multiple accounts set up, so you can have more than one. Also, the music player on this actually works, you know, pretty good. We'll get into that later when we get to the multimedia. You know, pretty much just, you know, very thorough, you know, as far as, you know, the software goes. You know, for being Windows Mobile, it kind of is what it is, but, you know, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Windows Mobile, you know, screen here. And it's a little bit set up a little bit different than the Imago, but you get the, you know, the effect. You've got all your main areas that you can get to here. And that will happen from time to time as, you know, touches kind of misregister. You've got Office Mobile, which I'll bring up here. So you got Excel, Word, PowerPoint. Also got OneNote Mobile, and so that's pretty standard. I am on Wi-Fi right now, and this, you know, I forgot to mention that this is a Wi-Fi enabled device, and definitely helps out, you know, the browsing.